How's everybody doing today? My name is Tim Rusan. I'm back yet again, pumping out another video here. I wanted to go in a little more in depth with each of the points that I left off with. So in this video, this is all going to be about setting our goals. How do we set our goals? How do we choose our goals? How do we arrange this so that we have the most amount of success here? So to start it off with, all right, we want to pick our main goal, our number one goal that we want more than anything. That's what we want to achieve in life. When we pick this goal, we definitely want to think it out. You don't want to just pick any random goal like, hey, I want to date the hottest girl in school. That's my goal. We want to get a little deeper into it, okay? So any goal we pick, we're going to ask ourselves, why? Why is it we want to achieve this? So if my goal is I want to make more money, why do I want to make more money? And we want to be very aware of our answers to this question. And it may sound redundant because we're going to keep going farther and farther and farther into it, but it is what it is. Trust the process, and you'll see success in your life. So to start with, all right, what is our goal? In this case, I'm going to use, I want to make more money. All right, if our first answer as to why we want to achieve this is just, well, because I can buy more stuff, life will be way better, people will respect me more, I'll have everything I want, I won't have to work, life will be so much easier. Okay, that's what we're going to call a glamorized goal, all right? We have all these random ideas about what this goal will give us. And that's why we want the goal. We want to pay attention to these things because if we believe that this goal is going to make us completely happy and solve all our problems, we need to think again because that's definitely not the case. Achieving these goals is just for the satisfaction of being able to, achieve what you want in life, to accomplish your desires, essentially. That's the real reward there, is the satisfaction of achieving what you put your mind to, all right? We have to understand that no matter what we believe the goal will bring us, that is definitely not guaranteed. And in most cases, it's not even what happens, We don't usually get the glamorization we put with the goal. So if those are any of your reasons, let's throw those out right now, all right? We don't want to focus on unnecessary things. We don't want to focus on what we believe we're going to achieve. We want to focus on why we truly want it. What are the good reasons why we want it? If we want to make more money so we can spend more time with our family, so we can better help those around us, so we have more free time to do more productive stuff with our day. Basically, the whole key here with picking the right answers for our goal is it's helping us not only know the exact direction we're trying to head in, but it's helping us find the goals that are going to be below our main goal. I recommend that everybody pick at least 5 top goals. You want your top goals, and then 4 additions from your top goal, and then 4 additionals below it at the minimum. But you can add as many goals as you like. You can go with less than 5, but I do recommend 5. It is the most productive way that I found to go about this. So another key, and then the reason we go down the list the way we did, we have our main goal and we ask why, and that helps us find additional goals, is because a key factor here is we want all of our goals to support each other, right? So we don't want 2 opposing goals because then we'll just be going back and forth and not making the maximum amount of progress here. So if my main goal is to marry the woman of my dreams, but then I want to add another goal in there to have sex with as many women as I can in life, those are 2 conflicting goals, and they're probably not going to work out together unless you got, like a swinger relationship or some other crazy stuff. It is possible, but, everybody has their own special circumstances and situations. So just be aware of how your goals work together or don't work together. At the same time, it is possible to have 2 opposing goals, but yet at the same time they can still work together and support each other. So if my main goal is to make more money, right? But then another goal is to not work so I can spend more time with my family. It is very possible for these goals to still support each other, right? If, my overall goal, or if one of my goals is to spend more time with my family and not have to go to work, right? If I'm going to work each and every day, busting my ass, it's very easy to get confused and think I'm not moving towards my goal. But if your top goal is to make more money so that you can reach that point, by going to work and not being with your family, you're actually moving closer to reaching that point where you can spend more time with your family. Obviously, these are broad subjects, and it would take me hours upon hours to get into deep details of how each one plays out. But this is just basic ideas to help you understand the process that I'm explaining here. Alright, so once we get our goal list set, and we have 5 goals that all support each other, when trying to find goals that support each other, sometimes all you literally have to do is just contextualize each goal as to how it supports itself, and how it supports the other ones. Without the context, the goal itself is kind of meaningless. So if my goal is just to make more money, but I'm out there and I'm robbing people and, pulling off a bank heist, it may sound like, hey, this is supporting my goal, but no, the context of it is not. You're putting yourself in a position where you could end up in prison, where you could end up in some really bad places and some bad situations. So we don't necessarily want to do that. We want to make sure each goal supports the other one and it's working towards the right direction. So context of our goals is very important. So we want to make more money because we want to have that time with our family, because we want to be able to enjoy the nicer things in life. Whatever it is, however you want to do it, however it works out best for you. That's the key here, is finding what works best for you. That's another reason people see life coaches, because everybody's life is different, everybody's situation is different, and unless you know how to do it yourself, or you're good enough to do it yourself, that's where you would contact a life coach to help you learn these tools, techniques, processes, and better understand yourself. That is a key part of all this, is knowing and understanding yourself. That's the beauty of self-improvement and anything basically that's going to help make you a better person. You'll better understand yourself, you better know yourself, you know why you do the things you do, and how you do the things you do, and how you can do them best. Alright, so if we have our goals, and they all contextualize together to support each other, that way we've just created a synergy so that every action we make, every choice we make that moves us closer to one goal will move us closer to all 5 goals, and we can feel that much better about ourselves, and we can stay that much more positive. And that is really the key factor here, because I had mentioned it in my first video. The number one thing that is going to stop you from achieving your goals is just the mindset. All it takes is for you to change your intention from accomplish this goal to this goal is too hard, it's not worth my time. That's the only way you fail here, is by giving up. Alright, if we're persistent and we follow the process and we stay positive, there's practically no ceiling to what you can achieve here. We just got to be patient and we got to be persistent, and life provides pretty much everything we need. Now, when we're making choices, like I said, we always want to be aware. So it's going to move us closer to our goal or farther away from our goal. And once again, don't beat yourself up if you have to make a choice that's going to move you farther away. I want to lose 40 pounds, but dang, this hamburger looks really good right now. Let me just go ahead and give in and eat this hamburger. Nothing wrong with that. The key factor here is just to be aware. We just want to know, are my choices throughout the day moving me closer or farther away? I don't even want you to change anything. I don't want you to beat yourself up. I don't want you to try harder to achieve your goals and make choices that move you in that direction. I just want you to be aware of what is going on in your life. If you can be aware, I want to lose weight, but 15 times last week I broke my diet. That's fine. Just know it. Know the number. Pay attention to the number, write it down somewhere, and you'll see over time, with your overall goal set, that number will diminish. You'll start moving in the direction that you want to go, just by simply being aware of it. That's all it takes here to start making changes in your life. Awareness. Alright, now I've already mentioned how we want to try to make as many decisions as we can that'll lead us closer towards our goal, and try to avoid decisions that'll push us farther away from our goal. Now, it's very challenging. You're going to run across some really tricky points in life where you're like, I don't know if this is necessarily moving me that much closer, or if it's moving me farther away. It's such a gray line, such a gray area, walking that white line, whatever you want to call it. You're going to run into that quite a bit, all right? And it gets kind of tricky, but there's a simple way that we can bypass this altogether, and that's really what this is all about here. Now, by picking our goals, and we're going to actually, once we pick these goals, we're actually going to tell ourselves, this is what I hope to accomplish in life. this is what I'm going to set out to accomplish in life. What we're doing by doing that is we're setting our intention. Some of you may have heard that phrase before, set your intention to this, set your intention to that. A lot of people aren't sure exactly how to do it. And it's very simple. It's just a matter of stating it to yourself. You can do it verbally, you can do it in your head, you could write it down. There are plenty of techniques that will help speed this process along. You can write, you can put a message on your phone. So every time you look at your phone, you see that inspirational quote of setting your intention. Say, all right, write on there, going to make more money. And you see that every single day, imprinted into your brain, I'm going to make more money. It's just another way to help you set your intention. And by doing so, by setting our intention, by making the decision to change our lives in this direction, what we're doing is we're trying to get our brain to essentially go on auto drive with our goals. By making that our focal point, we'll find that we're just naturally making decisions that'll move us closer to our goal more often than we're making decisions that'll push us farther away. And as we're aware of each goal that we're getting closer and closer to, this process will just get faster and faster. The more you do this, once again, we be patient and we stay persistent. Stick to the process. Just keep counting every time you make a mistake. Say, all right, well, I chose against it today. I chose it against it today. Once again, nothing wrong with that, just awareness. We just want to be aware of it. The more we do this, the more the brain does it on its own. We're just programming the brain to react the way that we want it to so that we can truly achieve our goal. Now, there's just one last key factor that I want to put in there that is very important in increasing our chances of achieving the goal that we've set out for, or the goals, as I've just recommended. So, what you want to do, and some people are really going to have a tough time with this one. I know early in life, I lived a completely different life in my past. This was the number one deal breaker for me on a lot of different things. But if you can get past it, it's going to be super easy for some people, super challenging for others. It will benefit you, and I promise you that, and I can tell you from personal experience that I know for a fact this makes a difference. Choose to believe it or not, choose to do it or not. These are just my recommendations here. So, for anybody who has tried to change their life in a drastic way or a very challenging way, maybe overcoming an addiction, maybe overcoming a fear, obsession, whatever it is, as many of you know, it can be very, very challenging. It can seem that no matter what you do, you cannot seem to achieve what you want to achieve. And no matter how many times you try, it is just simply a lost cause. This one little technique will greatly increase your chances of success, and it takes a ton of stress and weight off of your shoulders. All right. Now, anybody who's been to AA will be very familiar with this technique, and it's basically you're going to ask for help from a higher power. Now, whether that for you that is God, I know for me, I definitely look up to God and I ask God on a regular basis for help in every aspect of life. But that's just my personal thing. Not everybody's into God, not everybody believes in God, not everybody wants to talk or ask God or ask Him whatever. That's perfectly fine, all right? If you still want to try to implement this technique, but you're just not down with all the God stuff, that's okay. Anything can be your higher power, whether it's a guardian angel, whether it's a dead relative, whether it's your favorite dog who passed away. Just anything that is greater than yourself. That's all you want to ask. All you're basically saying is that no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to do this on my own, And even if you have to ask somebody here on Earth, a physical person, I'm going to ask my dad because he's always helping me out. So I'm just be like, hey, Dad, can you just help me with this any way you can? And it doesn't matter what he does. It's just the action. It's the symbolic process of saying, I need help. That's what we want to do here because these things are very challenging to achieve on our own. All right? And we don't have to achieve it on our own. There's plenty of help out there all throughout the world. Plenty of people just dying to help if you ask for it. So by asking for help from whatever works best for you, you're inviting help into your life. Because, some of us, we don't like asking for help. we like to know and believe that we can do things on our own. And that's all good and fine to think that way, but why make things harder than they have to be for yourself, right? If you're just there and it's like, I'm not asking anybody for help, that's fine. Nobody's telling you have to, but you may achieve your goals a lot slower than other people, or you just won't achieve them at all, or you can still achieve them in the same amount of time. I'm just playing the odds here. Odds are you increase your chances going this route as opposed to not asking for help. So remember that, guys. We want to pick our 5 goals, make sure all goals support each other. We want to be aware of how often we're choosing the direction of our goals. That's a key factor, is being aware of what we want to accomplish and how often we're moving in that direction. On top of that, we want to set our intention. We want to verbally say it, mentally say it, write it down. We want to do whatever it is. We just want to state it. We want to put it out there. This is our goal. This is what we're moving towards achieving. All right. And finally, we want to ask for help. Like I said, I ask God myself. You ask whatever works best for you. But asking for help is a very key factor here. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helps some people out. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll be back as soon as I can. Pump out more videos. And y'all have a good night.